30 hertz straight up.
Hello, you guys. Thank you for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday. Yes, we are a little bit late, but the best for last. This will be the last episode of this year. The last episode of this year. We got something new coming in 2025. Stay tuned to see what that's going to be looking like. We had to get everything together for tonight. Without further ado, we got Miss Laque Styles in the building.
Hey,
She will
everybody.
be sharing her diagnosis and her impactfulness on the Lupus Christmas Charity Drive this past Sunday that we had. So, without further ado, Miss Laque Styles.
Hey, how you doing, girl? Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. You welcome. You welcome. You welcome. So tell us, who is LaQ Styles? I like that. That has such a ring to it. Where do LaQ Styles come from? How was that born?
Oh, we look, Q Styles. She's a lot of people. Um, she was to me my the definition of LaQ Styles. She was created from a whole bunch of people.
Mm,
She was created from Q the G. She was created
okay.
from Black. She was created from Queen of the Block. I mean, it was a lot coming up with that. It was
Okay.
basically I've always had to be somebody's sister, somebody's daughter, somebody's auntie, somebody's niece, somebody's friend, somebody's mother, right? So as I got, to developing who I was, I just identify myself just me personally. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like
Mm-hmm.
I'm LaQ Styles, as I got into like developing all the careers and the gifts that I had inside of me, whether it was hair, modeling, coaching, music, you know, I realized that I can do all things through God who strengthened me, so
Okay,
I
come
had
with
all
it.
types of styles. And LaQ, it actually means the what, you know.
So, what hat you
So
wearing on that
it,
particular
it
day?
means the what. And
Ah,
then, all my styles, And so my actual name is LaQta. So
okay.
it actually it come right together, you know. So it's like the what, the who, LaQ Styles.
I love that. That ring
LaQ
is. I love the
Styles,
ring on her neck.
you know. I'm also, when you say who is that, I'm also an influencer. I'm also an encourager. Um, I'm a mother. Um, I mean, you name it. I'm a prayer. I'm a warrior, you know,
Mm.
and that's who I am. Um, I'm also a woman of God, you know. So I really strongly believe in a higher power, than mine. I believe that my life is not my own, you know, and
Absolutely
that's who I
not.
am.
I love that. I love that. Just got me feeling all wheezy and inside. I love how it does come together, right? So before we get to all those other hats that you wear, tell me, how was your diagnosis? How did you come to learn that you was diagnosed with lupus? And what type of lupus do you have? So how did you find out? What was going on at the time? And what kind of lupus do you have?
Okay, I won't disclose the specific type of lupus that I have
Mhm.
right now, um, because I don't really know like all the stages and stuff.
No, like when I say type, we can say the scleroid,
Oh yeah,
systemic,
yep.
or
Systemic disloid.
okay,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Because yeah, I got I got it.
No,
Yep,
and people, and
yep,
that's why we're bringing
yep.
awareness.
I got both.
Yeah. So you
It's
have the scleroid lupus and you have systemic lupus,
yeah,
SLE.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, and when I found out, I was younger at first when I first started going through different pains and faints and all this type of stuff, and they couldn't really diagnose what was going on in my
Mm-hmm.
body. And so as I started doing hair and whatever, because as I was younger, I'm gonna go all the way back. I was real athletic,
Okay.
right? I played ball, boxed, wrestled, played with boys all the time, my brothers and all that good stuff. So I was always doing something rough, thinking it was because of how rough I was. I
Mm-hmm.
would experience this pain, experience that pain. And then as I started doing hair, I started experiencing more type of pains. And so as I started going to the doctor for different kind of pains and stuff, they didn't know what to diagnose me with.
At which age was you? Like around about what age?
When I first started going to the doctor, I was probably like 24
Okay, so
after
you was
my
a younger
children, after
dog.
both of my children.
Okay, okay.
Yep. So then they couldn't really diagnose me and didn't know exactly what it was. So they called it MCTD, which was a mixed connective tissue disorder,
Mm-hmm.
in which it was 5 inflammatory diseases instead
Mm-hmm.
of just that one. That's why I said I didn't want to disclose too much about, you know,
It's okay.
everything, because I didn't want to go too in debt about the other things. But I
So
do.
it's a process.
So it's a
They
process.
was they
Yes,
were saying that you had different diseases before they actually really diagnosed you with what you actually have.
with the
That's
lupus.
the norm. It sounds like the norm. Okay.
Yep, which was because I have a throat a throat like thyroid,
Mm-hmm.
rheumatoid,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, skin.
The scleroid
Yep,
lupus. Okay.
and yeah, rheumatoid, and what's
Systemic or
the
spinal.
spine scoliosis, something like
Oh,
that.
okay. Scoliosis. Okay.
Well, my spine is crooked,
Okay.
so it was different stuff going on in my body,
Uh-huh.
right? And I would sometimes ignore all the
Okay.
signs. I would ignore it and stuff. And so as I start having my children, I start going to cosmetology school, and I would get into these faints, and I'm like, oh, it's because the light. And my classmates was like, girl, you got to eat, just drink you some water, you know. And I was like, you know what, I fainted a little bit. And I said, you know something, I'm not gonna ignore this one. I'm gonna go to the doctor and stuff. And that's when they diagnosed me with the MCTD at first. Um, they told me that it would separate into its own entities every three
Okay.
to 5 years, you
Okay.
know. And so one time I experienced this real hard, excruciating pain, like in my legs, and they start like going out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when my doctor realized, like, oh yeah, you got, say that
SLE, systemic.
right,
Okay.
the lupus,
Do you
and
have fibromyalgia with that as well?
they nope,
Okay.
they never told me that per se,
Mm-hmm.
but my mother had it before she passed away.
Okay.
So it's like in the same family. My
Yeah.
father also had arthritis,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so it's like all in the same family.
Wow. So you got diagnosed in your early 20s.
Yep.
Okay. And how was life after that?
You know what? With me always trying to be so strong, I still didn't let it affect me or
Mm-hmm.
consume me, because I had started like believing, to a
Mm-hmm.
little bit before that. I started believing real strong. And I used to always say stuff like, I ain't gonna claim it. I ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
claim it. And I wouldn't for a long time. I wouldn't claim it or nothing like that. I wouldn't talk about it. Uh,
So just to pause for a minute. So when
mhm,
you got diagnosed, right? Your early 20s.
mhm.
Did they send you home on any medication? Did you take any medication? Did you change your routines on how you were living, how you were eating?
Yeah. At first when they first me with it, so I was a little skinny little something. I wasn't really eating that much, but no, when they first no, when they first diagnosed me with it though, um, they would give me like vitamin D,
Okay.
okay, because I was in so much pain at the time, and uh, I don't know if it was inflammation or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
They gave me prednisone,
Okay.
then hydrochloroquine
Okay.
or something like that.
Yep.
And so those are the medicines, but I would take it as needed,
As you felt it was
as
needed. You
I
didn't take it as they prescribed it.
know, and I still don't.
Okay. Okay. So you've been that whole way until now.
I I just now started taking it as needed. I never, up until my mother and father passed away in 2020 and 2021.
My condolences.
Thank you, thank you. Up until they passed away, I didn't really take the medicine.
Okay. And how were you
Yeah.
feeling when you weren't taking the medicine? Did you lose any quality of life?
No, I owned my own salon. My mom and daddy was here. My children was growing up well. It didn't affect me at all. It
Okay.
didn't. It really didn't take no effect on me until my parents passed. That's what I'm saying now. Like the medicine as needed, that just started 4 years ago. 4 years ago when my daddy first passed away. Then my mother, and it got more severe
Because you was under
because of the
stress
stress. Yep.
and it onset
Yep.
it.
I actually, what can I say? When I first got diagnosed with it, because like I was saying before, I started believing. I had already believed in a higher power, so I used that. You get what I'm saying? I used it to the fullest, and I still use it today, right? And
I'll
so,
be your collar
and,
like
and
I
so,
am.
yeah, I use God. I use God. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I use God. I don't care if I smoke my blood. I don't care if I cuss you out. I'm gonna use God. I'm gonna use him first, and I'm gonna use him last, right? So I started to use that, and I started to, they said talk to it, kick it out the way. I started to do that, and I didn't let nothing consume me. Once I found out what it was and what it was can do and all that type of stuff, I started to let my mind have more influence over it. You get what I'm saying? Because life wasn't as bad when I found out about it. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't let nothing consume me. No,
That's wonderful. A lot of people will let stuff like that
Yep, I
consume
didn't let
them
nothing
because
consume
it's
me.
life changing. So, like, would you consider yourself accepting what you have so you can start living better with lupus?
Let me
Did
see.
you ever accept that you have it?
I'm gonna say it like this. I understand what's going on.
You understand? Okay.
I understand what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Um, what I do accept is I accept the fact of how I operate. That's what I accept. I accept the fact of how I operate. I accept that I'm not gonna let too much consume me. No noun, no person, no place, no thing.
So, for our listeners, what do you mean by how you operate? So,
Like
for us to make it clear, because I teach acceptance and I teach
right,
acceptance in the courses that I provide, because once you accept what you have, you start doing better while living well with lupus, right? Because
right,
you accepted it, so now you accepted it, you okay to get educated about it,
right.
right? So I'm not hearing you say that you accepted it, but you're saying that you accepted your actions. What do that mean?
I because what I mean is I because maybe okay, let me tell you about what I understand about acceptance.
Okay.
I understand that it's the um it's the last stage of grief and the beginning of healing, right? So I do
Yes.
understand that in acceptance. Now as far as me accepting, okay, I got lupus, I understand that I have lupus.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm
And
saying?
you
I do.
understand that because it's on the paperwork, or the right?
I understand because I feel it in my body,
Uh huh.
right? Also, I was diagnosed.
Uh huh.
You get what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm not saying, oh yeah, I accept I accept this, right? I accept this because to accept something is to receive it, right?
But
And
then your mind receive that you have, because you were diagnosed with it properly
right,
by the
I
medical
understand that
physicians,
too.
right? So wouldn't it be fair to say the facts are you have lupus, right?
Right,
You're diagnosed with that. That's what it says. That's what your blood
right,
work says. That's what the doctor says. That's
right,
what your body is feeling.
right.
But I don't hear you saying that I accept it in my mind. So I'm just trying to
No, I already had
understand.
to accept it in my body.
You accept it in your
I already
body.
had to accept it in my body. So what I accept in my mind is that I I I I, I can be delivered. You get what I'm saying? I want to receive that, because if I accept the fact that I'm gonna keep it, if I accept it, it's almost like I keep it. But I accept understanding it. I accept knowing that it's there. I
Mhm.
accept understanding the facts that it exists in my body. But the whole whole concept of this, like, I got I'm lupus. I never done it. This is the first time. You get what I'm saying? This is the first time coming out and just really being able to want to accept it,
Be
blah blah
comfortable.
blah, and be comfortable with it, type of thing. Because I've always, like I said, pushed it away.
So is it fair to say that you're not comfortable with it?
Now, I wasn't at first.
So are you today comfortable with it?
That's why I'm here today.
So are
That's
you?
why I'm here today, to like bring it all out and talk all about it, because I don't never get a chance to talk all about it. Like I say, I push it away and I don't receive it. I don't accept it. You get what I'm saying? I don't claim it. It's not mine. Going over there. So it's like when you accept something, here, give me that bottle right there. Give it here. Right? I accepted it. Now try to give it to me. And that's what I've been doing with it. I haven't accepted it, right?
I can understand.
So
I can understand your mindset. I can understand where you're going with this.
Using the word accept it, don't make it. To me, using the word accept it, receive it, claim it, it's mine. Using any of those words don't knock out the fact that I want to inspire somebody else that have it to bring it to awareness. Not using the word accept it don't knock out the fact that I don't have to consider what I think, eat. Or
so let me pause you right there. Let me pause you right there.
Accept, it's just that I don't know the form of acceptance of what you know of your coaching. But when I say acceptance, I mean not receiving it as far as it being a claim.
Okay, like I said, so I can understand where you're coming from, right?
Right.
I totally get it. However, so on the flip side of things, right? We got a scale.
Reality.
So on this side, say you're influencing me, right?
Right.
But then in the same breath, you influencing me, you telling me how to go about better days with lupus. We're gonna just say that, right? But then on the other side, you're telling me you have not accepted what you have. So I got this person influencing me, but this person also told me she hasn't accepted what she has. So it brings that, how can she influence me when she hasn't accepted what she has? And we all know that once you accept what you have, you start healing, you start doing better, you start educating. You understand what I'm saying? So accepting what you have is not saying it's what it is. It's staring in a mirror. I have lupus. I am a lupus warrior, right? But you can't go into remission. You can't go into remission. Remission almost means that you don't have it because it don't show up in the blood work or things of that nature, right? So when you say that you have something, you accepting all the possibilities that it could possibly be, right? And not only that, you have that dual awareness, right? So it's like coffee, example. Coffee is not good for me.
Right.
But if I continue to do it, I'm going to continue to have flare-ups. Okay, let me learn my triggers. Let me learn my body. Let me listen to my body. So I'll drink it. I drink coffee 7 days out of the week before. Now that I accepted what I have and I'm waking up every day in pain, and I'm feeling sluggish and I'm feeling lethargic and I'm feeling fatigue and I'm cranky and I'm this and I'm that. Hold on. I just read something. I just educated myself. Coffee are not good for lupus warriors. So I don't want to go cold turkey because I want to have a quality of life. Okay, so I don't drink it.
You got to wing yourself off the coffee.
Wing it off or minimize it.
So
I drink it 7 days. Right. I'm down to 4.
Right. It's still
and I'm feeling a little better
and accepting everything that come with it.
Exactly. Like, and you can still pray yourself out of it.
I totally get it. I totally get it. It's just that like I said, when it comes to acceptance of the disease, there's a lot of stuff you can accept when it comes to accepting of any disease and everything. It's just like I said, it's all it's like a receive thing, and I don't want to, like I said with the bottle here, and it's like one of those things, and I've been doing that. So now I'm coming into accepting, right?
Okay,
now I'm coming into accepting. I'm coming into accepting that somebody else may need to be inspired. I'm accepting that somebody else may need to, be influenced by my story. I'm accepting the fact that I might need to change my diet because I understand this disease. Now, you probably won't get me to say I accept this because
I don't want you to get. I don't. What I
yeah,
want you to do is I want you to come to understanding.
yep,
Because not only if
I
it's
come to
if
the
it's
accept,
an autoimmune disease,
right,
it's if I'm toxic or if I have a drug habit or whatever's in your life that you know that you do and you haven't accepted as to why you haven't been delivered from it because you're not growing into, you're not educating yourself, you're not taking the necessary steps and the tools to deliver yourself from it. So acceptance is not saying I'm wearing it, it's saying that I'm okay, I know what I have, let me do what it is that I need to do. Let me be an advocate for somebody because you can't be an advocate for somebody if you haven't accept what you have. And I understand your story, but you got to understand on the flip side, you can't inspire someone and then tell them that you haven't accepted it because they're going to be like, your story is so strong,
right,
but
right.
hold on. The first part, she haven't accepted it. So how can she influence me? You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
See where the conflict coming at?
Yeah, because I don't understand the word acceptance, the way it's trying to the way it is put to highlight the disease
Mm-hmm.
versus me understanding it and still being able to influence, inspire, and redirect. Like the word acceptance, look it up. Look up the word in definition. I really don't. That's probably what I don't understand is the definition behind acceptance. Because, like, say for instance, it's like maybe I haven't got to that point yet, right? Maybe I haven't got to that point yet. Like I said, maybe
You
this
haven't got I think you have got to that point, but I think you haven't got to that point out loud.
out loud, exactly. Like, because I have to accept it personally all the time
Mm-hmm.
in my body. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm trying to say? I have to always accept what's going on. I got to accept the pain. I got to accept the sores. I
Absolutely.
got to accept the, in my body. So like I said, with me always have behind closed doors, having to accept all this pain, I'm still thinking that it's a way to get rid of it. One
And
day
it
it's gonna leave. One day
is.
it's gonna,
But
this and
it
this and that.
is.
You know,
It's remission. But you know what that comes with?
I thought it was coming with accepting,
So
Christ in your life and everything.
God, so that's one
You
part
know,
of it.
because that's
God
I
is gonna
accept.
help us, but we
Yeah,
gotta do the work too.
we do.
We gotta do the work
We
too.
do.
So you already accepted him helping you,
We
right?
do.
So let's change your diet. Let's change your sleep
That's
habits.
what I.
Let's
That's
change how you
exactly.
operate. You understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
That's
So
what I
you gotta
accept. Like
help
the
him
disease
help
itself, like
you.
me, like highlighting, like, yeah, come on, I accept you, Lupus. Come on, I get it, right? But what
Mm-hmm.
I do it, like I said, the acceptance of the behavior, the changes, the diet and stuff like say for instance, I'm drinking a coffee, that make my bowels move.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like coffee. I hate it, right? But if I drink that, it make my bowels move. So I accept that I have to, change my diet. I accept that I have, I accept a lot with this.
But you
So
know
I am
something
in
else that can make
acceptance.
your bowels
It's
move?
just that
Anything green.
I know. And I'm
Anything
getting into that
green.
apples and the celery, and I'm getting into that. And
It's a
it's
process,
a
but
process,
you
yep.
gotta accept
And
it. And
I
the reason why
accept
you
that.
gotta
That's
accept
what I
it,
accept. It's just that
the
all the
reason
stuff
why you
with the
gotta
disease I
accept
accept,
it,
but I just don't receive the disease in whole.
but the reason why you gotta accept it so you
Yep.
can do better.
Yep. I never talk about it. I never like how people be so brave and do the walks and
Yes.
the this and that. I really,
Tell me what is your fear? Why? Why?
why? Because I've always been the type of person that didn't want people to know bad things, what was going on, to speak different stuff into existence and all that type of stuff with, your weaknesses, and people will know, oh yeah, lupus exists in my body, or this going on, that's going on, and to give the enemy more to destroy you by with what they know. So I've always kept, wanted people not to know certain things. And I grew up all my life like with people not knowing, and like this is the first time I ever actually talked about this,
And you're
so I'm
smiling. I'm
and I'm
glad
I'm
that
happy
my
because I'm happy
platform is
because I'm
allowing you.
accepting it.
Yes. Thank you.
Right,
Yeah,
because
thank
you helping me
you.
accept it,
Yes.
whatever that means,
Yes.
right? And I can later on look, into deeper into acceptance of that, because like
Yes.
now, like like I said before, my mother and my father passed away, and I know that, like I was saying before, the last stage of grief is acceptance. I was looking that up, and then the first stage of healing is acceptance.
It
And so
is.
I'm like, dang, I actually gotta accept the fact that my mother and father not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
God grant the serenity to change the things that we can't, courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. And I would like to think that I'm wise enough to know that me accepting that and they never coming back, and me accepting lupus, which, and I think I can be delivered from it.
You can. Not think. You
Right,
can.
exactly. Compared to this, I got to accept that is never coming back. And this, I got to accept that we say if we speak loud enough against it or don't pull it closer, it'll go away. But it's a lot
But
more.
not only the words though, you
Right,
gotta change
right.
your daily routine. And
Exactly.
it's gonna be hard. Like I totally understand when you said you
No,
didn't want
I've
to
been
tell
changing my
anyone.
daily routines for the last like a couple years now. I had
Great.
to, like, because without, that's where we was getting at with the medicine thing, because about me not taking the medicine until my
Mm-hmm.
parents passed away,
Mm-hmm.
because those were the routines that I had. My healthy eating and and I'm saying my healthy eating. I never say my lupus, but I'm gonna say my healthy eating, my exercise,
That's
my
right.
thinking process,
That's right.
my research, my deliveries. So as when I first found out that I had that, because we was talking about that, I actually self-reflected, because this is something I didn't want.
I get it.
Just listen to me out. And so I said this is something I didn't want to accept. So I did started doing a whole bunch of daily changes and lifestyle changes, and God really did bless me. Watch this. I actually was delivered. I was delivered, but different stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna take me into our next segment, because I was
Mm-hmm.
delivered. And like I said, I started doing hair and everything, and different stuff happened with my mindset. Different stuff happened with my behavior. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's when other stuff started happening in my life. God took my parents, and it came right on back, right?
Because stress what
Right, because
brings it
stress
back
brought
on,
it
and
back.
stress
So
will flare you up.
right. So now I'm going back into realizing what I was doing before, when I was in those stages of beginning stages of lupus, and I wasn't telling nobody, and you didn't know I had it, and people was dying from it, and it was just something that was there. I wasn't accepting it then, right? But I guess now, since you putting it that way, and I want to be of encouragement and I want to be of inspiration, I guess that's the reason why I will have to accept it. You
Yes.
get what I'm trying to
Yes.
say?
All
Because
right.
I don't
Yes.
have to say, oh yeah, I accept, because I done lived with it for so long without understanding if I accepted it or not. Right. But
Yes.
just pushing it away and not claiming it, not taking no medicine for it, doing everything holistic or whatever. Like you said, I'm stress made me start eating more chicken, more hamburgers, more all that, right?
Uh-huh.
But at first it was like, I don't want to touch that. I was doing good. I was even telling my mama, I don't want to eat that, mom. What is that you eating? You need to put that down. For real.
But let me tell you something. It's a
So,
journey, right? And nobody is perfect.
nope.
But you can always, it's always tomorrow. When you
Yep.
wake up, it's another choice, another decision.
Yep.
You fall off for tomorrow, start back over. Failing is never trying again, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I want to go back to what you were saying, that you didn't want people to know that you had lupus. I was like that when I was younger, and I was only like that because I didn't understand it myself, because I didn't have it, so I didn't know how to explain it to anyone without them thinking that I had an STD. Right? I had no knowledge of it, even though I was living with it. So that's why. But now that I'm living well with it, and people know that I have it, and they're like, "You don't look like you have lupus." As to why lupus has no face was born. I feel like what I'm doing for myself, I know what I'm doing for myself is inspiration to other people. And I use this platform and I use other platforms for that. So I'm saying that to say, just because you accept something doesn't mean it's all bad. And
Right.
another thing
Right. I
too,
get
like
it.
just to give a different look at it. So if I am a exercise instructor, right? And I'm telling you all of what to do
Hmm.
to lose this weight, but I'm 280. You gonna listen to me? No. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing because you have so much life in your voice. Your story is amazing. So the part for me is I accept them because that goes along with you influencing others. You cannot not accept what you have
Right.
and be an influencer to others. Because it's like, hold on.
Right.
But I know that you already have, you haven't allowed
Right.
it. And it's
Right.
okay. Because guess what? You got to teach people around you how to be your support system. And you got to allow your support system to help you when you are having your tough days. And believe me, so if you haven't already, like the people that you expect to be there won't be there.
Right.
They probably won't even understand it because they don't take out the time to read. But your people that needs to be there will be there. And that will come with you opening up,
Right.
having dialogue.
Right.
I love it. So I have a couple questions for you. What were some of the initial challenges you faced after your diagnosis?
Well, the most challenging thing that I faced was literally just losing my parents.
Mm,
With the literally, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I've never experienced lupus to accept it like everybody else.
I get you.
God was literally blessing me. He was, we have a whole nother podcast. I don't even want to go deep into it. And I'm gonna keep my words, right? I'm gonna keep my words. But that was the most effect that I've ever realized. Like, okay, when I was in school, in college, I guess the stress about that came
Mm-hmm.
upon, and I started to faint, and they try to diagnose. I never wanted to receive it. I didn't believe it. But then the most challenging came from after I lost my parents.
Okay.
It's yep.
I
It's
totally
the
understand that. And
most
just
challenging
know too,
came.
like accepting things like waking every day is stressful for us. That's our everyday stress that we could never get away. So that's stressful just waking up. People been having loops forever and they don't understand that part.
Right. Right.
What coping mechanism or support system have you found most helpful in managing your condition?
Like I said, I love to get into my spirit realm, um, and I don't let nothing consume me.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, like I said before, now I'm just now wanting to with lupus, encourage, inspire, and
I love it.
you get what like say for instance, I like coaching the youth,
Mm-hmm.
the youth, mentoring young people. Always with my friends, I always thought I was the mama. You think she know everything, man. She always trying to tell somebody blah blah blah. And I learned to embrace that about me because at first I felt a little discouraged trying to give somebody some advice. But I had to embrace who I was. I had to accept who I was. So I get the acceptance part. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I grew up as cute to G. So I accept the fact that I was a gangster. So yeah, I can teach somebody how to. I get exactly what you're talking about. But this lupus inspiration stuff, I ain't got that far yet.
And
You
it's
get what I'm saying? I
okay.
ain't got that far yet
I'm
because,
gonna help
like I
you.
said, it's the beginning for me to inspire and turn somebody and tell them about because I only know what happened to me in the beginning. I ignored and act like it wasn't there. I told God, look here, blah blah blah, and I kept going, right? And I believed that he was healing me. I said, God, you said by your stripes I was healed, blah 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 blah, and I kept on going, right? And then as soon as my parents passed away 3-4 years ago, that's when I took all the effects that people probably been going through all their lives to be able to influence and encourage somebody. And I don't want to say that I have to catch all up with this pain and all that. I don't want to say that. But I want to say that I'm willing to accept this so that I can inspire and influence because that's who I am, right? So, like, far as you knowing that you got to accept this to teach that, yes, I got to accept being educated first before I can be a school teacher. I know this, right? But
Yes.
now I'm coming into wanting to do this. I'm not ashamed. I never inspired lupus. I never inspired people uh, uh, to know about this disease. I'm glad that I met you. I'm glad that I went on TikTok and saw, fan posts, and I'm like, wow, because it have been affecting me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm finna
Don't have
go.
me crying over here
I'm
now.
finna go somewhere, boom. And you know what? Instead of me, I ain't finna wobble in the pain. I'm finna embrace it, blah, 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 and let somebody else probably know about it or go and support it or, be a servant of somebody else
You
that,
are
just
amazing.
just like to cause the effect to the of the healing process. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do.
Be a good servant for it, you know, I ain't never did a toy drive for Lupus. I never did a walk for Lupus. I never, you get what I'm trying to
Well,
say?
your journey started
So, and I
2024 at
appreciate
the end of
you. I
2024, and we
appreciate
going
you.
into
I
2025
appreciate you.
strong, baby.
I
No, I
appreciate you.
appreciate you.
Because it is a strong step. Like, and then, for now everybody, ooh, that girl got Lupus, like, I was remember long time ago, I was watching, I used to love watching America's Next Top Models. And my girl was on there, and
Eva,
nope,
who
it
you talking
wasn't
about?
Eva. It wasn't
The one with the
Eva.
curly hair?
I don't
I
even
don't know the
I
name,
don't
but
even know her name, but she had lupus.
mm-hmm.
But she kept going and kept going.
Mm-hmm.
But she ended up having to go to the hospital.
Oh, okay. I know who
But
you're
she
talking
never
about.
told nobody the whole season. She never told nobody. And she finally, when she finally opened up and, like told everybody, she was in tears. And you would think that, everybody was going to end up, being of what in the beginning they were, of encouragement and inspiration, but still now you got to go on throughout this competition with them knowing that that's one of your weaknesses and they trying to win. So it was like, I was like, I see why she ain't telling me. You get what I'm saying? So it was like,
God, a little something to hold on to as
I
to
was
why
a
you
little
keeping it a
something,
secret.
something to hold on to as to why I'm keeping it a secret. I don't got to tell nobody either, right?
No.
So now I am so glad that God can use my voice and be, to of help. And I'm glad he used you to, to do the event where I can see it. And I'm glad he used Quentin where I can see TikTok. I'm glad he used TikTok or however, wherever he got my mind and my eyes to see that day so that I can learn what accepting it is. You get what I'm saying? Before I get to saying, yeah, I accept it. You get what I'm trying to say? Yes. I learned what being a gangster was all about. So I accepted being a gangster. I learned what being a drug dealer was all about. I accepted being a drug dealer. I learned what being a mother was all about. I accepted being a mother. I learned, you get what I'm saying? I got to learn what being a warrior of lupus is all about. And now you get what I'm trying to say? And I'm glad I met another warrior, and I can't wait to meet more warriors because it is time, for me to like speak up or whatever about it because it do affect me.
This is a beautiful thing. You're going to meet some beautiful people. You're going to learn so much. Like what you're saying to me right now, this is just, it gives me the reminder of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because as long as I reach one person, however that may be, like my words is priceless. I can't even explain it. And that just, it makes it all worth it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a whole network of us. It's a whole world of us. You understand what I'm saying? So like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to. It's already, difficult because people out here don't understand what lupus is. Your friends don't know how to deal with it. Your kids don't know how to deal with it. You got to be able to be that voice, that advocate for your own self. You got to tell people, listen, I'm tired today. So your people can love on you. And the people that's going to be there while you're going through everything, them are your people. We are looking for things from people that is never going to come from, and missing our blessings from the people that it is going to come from. Yeah. So don't ever be afraid of saying what you have, because you can save your own life or somebody else's life, because lupus plays on our mental. And I wasn't even going to get this deep today.
Yes, it do.
But lupus plays on our mental, and it can cause suicidal thoughts, medication. You know what I'm saying? All because it's like, I don't have a quality of life. I'm not worth being here. People don't understand. People think I'm lying, because it's a pretty hard disease to explain.
And it wasn't that with me, right? Explaining it. Like now I can explain it, whatever, whatever. But it was like, it's one of them things that is my body, my feelings. Who cares, right?
People care,
but people do care. And so it's one thing to know you got something and need care, and it's another thing to know that don't nobody give a damn about what you're going through. And so I ain't gonna lie, I am the type of person that the willpower I have in me, the person that I have become, the person that I had to get away from, she did intimidate a lot of people. She probably scared a lot of people off. She probably pushed a lot of people away. You get what I'm trying to say? Her strength probably held a magnitude that nobody couldn't receive. I don't know, right? So I didn't have support with that thing. You get what I'm saying? I do now. Me and my man and my children, they old enough now to realize what I've been going through, and so I was a little fearful of that didn't nobody care. You get what I'm saying? Because people would fall out with me over the littlest thing, and that'll be it. And like, dang, if I had a heart attack tomorrow, or if my mind stopped working tomorrow, can I call them, or is they still gonna hold on the fact that we got the argument about peanut butter and jelly? So the world had became like that. So why disperse all this stuff and ain't nobody finna be there? So now it's like, with this acceptance, it's not about nobody being there for me. It's about who I can be there for. And that's the only reason why I'm gonna accept it. You get, as far as me letting the world know I got it for people, for people can be there for me, I can give a darn less, because I did survive with this by myself. But I do want to help somebody else if I can. You get what I'm saying? And
you didn't do it by yourself. God was with you, baby.
Exactly. That's who was with me. That's who was with me. That with you, I put him first out the gate.
Yeah,
You already know.
most
God,
definitely.
when I speak, I am speaking God first. Anytime I speak, I'm speaking God first. And he, definitely, that's how I got through it. I didn't let nothing else consume me. People, places, and things. And it's probably, still situations out there floating, thinking that I feel the same way about it that it feel about me. I promise I don't, because I cannot let that consume me, because you don't know what I'm going through. When you see me coming up outside of my darkness, because you don't see what God put me through while I was there. So now you see,
and
what I'm
that
saying?
story is for you. That experience
Exactly.
is for you.
Because
So
I like living in the light that I live in, with it, without nobody knowing. So now it will be new to be out here expressing this. You get
yeah,
because it's a disease. You get what I'm saying? And I was around a lot of people that had like breast cancer, and I would be there like walking with them through the walks, the sister struts and all that, and I was encouraging them, influencing them, and just supporting them, because I knew a lot of people that had it, including my grandma. I was out there, with people that did uh what is that, the sickle cell. I support all types of stuff and try, but I
but not
never,
lupus.
no, not lupus, because I had it. I don't people know I got that. You get what I'm trying to say? But now I don't even care, because it's all about healing too. It's
It
all about healing.
is.
And so I feel free. You get what it make me feel free.
I'm happy that you feel
Make
free,
me feel
because
free.
how are you being there for people? And this is a statement.
I
We don't
wasn't
have to
being there
go
for
in there.
people with this.
That's
I
exactly
wasn't
what I was
being there.
going to
That's what
say.
I'm trying to
Like,
tell you. So
yeah,
I didn't have to say I come into accept. You get. I want to now. I want to now, because I have experienced so much with it. I
mm-hmm.
experienced so much with it. It's almost like you're not finna be my friend. I don't care how much you come. You're not finna be my friend. But what I'm about to do is I'm finna tell everybody that you keep bothering me. You get what I'm trying to say? It's one of
Mm-hmm.
them type of things.
Mm-hmm.
At first it would probably pinch me and I ain't even feel it. Now you just keep bothering me. I'm finna tell everybody on you. You get what I'm saying?
I
So
love it. I love it. I
that's
love it. I
that's
love it.
how
I
I
love
feel
it.
about it.
I love it. Okay. How has being a lupus warrior shaped your perspective on health and resilience?
Whew. Like, everything that I know I should be doing, do it. And even when, like, say for instance, I fall off a little bit, don't like get cluttered in a mistake. I just like, dang, because I be doing a little exercise thing, for instance, and I don't do it with consistency, or I don't do my meditating with consistency or whatever. So just try, just
Try journaling.
all that, girl.
Got some journal.
Got my girl. Listen, girl, all that, right? So what I
Start
do?
rewarding yourself. So, like, if you're
Yep,
consistent for
yep. That's
a
what I.
month, buy the shirt that you want to
Yep,
buy.
that's
Like, you know what I mean? You gotta play with it.
yeah. I gotta yeah. I gotta get a routine
And that's okay.
with it. That's
And
basically
that
it.
comes with, you spending time along with yourself, you talking to other people, and dissecting it and coming up with something that actually works for you. Right. So, before we jump into the next segment, since you are the guest today, I want you to read the comments tone.
Uh oh, what that say?
from Stephanie.
Oh, hi, Stephanie. Acceptance sometimes feel like defeat. Yep.
I
Yep.
struggle with this.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
TG, thank you.
Thank you so
Love you,
much.
boo.
Love this. God will never love you, leave you, nor forsake you, even when no one else will accept you. Amen. Thank you.
That part. That part. Okay, so
I
you
think
had
that's the word that what
what she
Stephanie
said.
said.
What Stephanie said.
That is probably the best way to explain it right there.
You will figure it out once
Yep,
you go.
that's
Once
that
you
was probably the best way to explain it.
start going on this
It just,
journey,
yep,
you will figure it out, and it will make all
yep,
sense to you. You will figure
yep,
it out. You will figure it out. I promise you, you
yep.
will. So you had the privilege to be at the Lupus Has No Face Christmas charity event.
Mm,
I want to thank you personally
thank you.
for being of help, being in attendance. And when I tell you, you was nothing short of assistance, I appreciate that. When I tried to come to, you said no, I got this, and that's here for me. You understand what I'm saying? You allow me to, you and amongst other, but we're talking about you. You allow me to run my event stress free and not worry about anything. So my job is to really love back on you. You understand what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. So I give you the utmost respect for that. Thank you.
I appreciate you for having me.
No problem, no problem. So what inspired you? What inspired the Lupus Has No Face Christmas charity event, and what was your role in it? So what inspired you to come to this event, and what was your role? Even though I touched on it just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, we did touch on it a little bit. Quentin is like my little brother,
Shout out to
and
Sir
shout out
Quentin.
to Sir Quentin. Shut up and hustle, right? So, I was on TikTok,
Mhm.
when strolling just on TikTok. And normally when I'm on social media, I'll be on my page only. But sometimes I take the first 10 strolls and after that I'm gone, right? And I saw Quentin with the Christmas giveaway, whatever. And I said, let me see what this about. It was purple and this. And I said, let me tap on that. And I tapped on it. And then it said Lupus has no face, or so I said, you
Mhm.
know something, I'm gonna see who doing this because I want to help. That's what I said I want to help. The Bible says the greatest among you gonna be your servant. And 2025, like I said, I want nothing to consume me. I just want to do what I'm supposed to do, whether serve or influence, teach or be quiet, whichever one. That's what I want to do. So when I saw it, I said, I want to help. And I asked Quentin, and he said, Savannah. And he gave me your number. And I called you right away.
You
You
did.
know,
And that
I
conversation
called
was
you right away.
everything.
Because I just recently was set in my spirit, like you said before, and don't like she said, I didn't want to feel defeated by this. You get what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
just recently, I know the voice of God. The more I look in the mirror, the more I find Him. So the more I do that, I feel like when I look in the mirror, I say, "Ooh, look at this scar right here. Ooh, look at this scar right here. Ooh, look at these scars in my ear." And then it's somebody else with way more scars or going through way more pain, and I am never don't even talk about it. And I done been around people with lupus talking about it
And
and
then
didn't even
never
talk
talk
about it.
about it.
And I said, "Is wrong?" You get what I'm trying to say?
I,
So
I hear
I
you.
don't even like with me growing and coming into acceptance of my mama and my dad and all this pain of self reflection that I had to do.
Hmm.
I don't want this portion of life, along with any apologies that I owe, to go unheard if I
Mm,
supposed to speak it out of my mouth to help somebody.
mm.
You get what I'm saying? And so this is just one of the many things, that I have to accept and I have to speak on. It's
And be
just one of the many
comfortable with
things.
it. You
And
were
I'm
so,
comfortable with it. It's some more stuff. I'm
yeah.
comfortable with it now because I understand that now it make you feel free when you know who you is. People gonna bash.
Yes.
People gonna say, "Oh, she did that." Da 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 da. Oh, you got that, and they gonna try to use your weakness against you. But oh well, because I know who I am with it. I
When
know who
you
I am. You
accept
feel
who
me?
you are,
Yep.
anybody that's coming to will come in with weapons, they can say everything that you accepted and it won't harm you. Because it's like, what else you got to say? I know I'm this, I know I'm that, I know I'm that. Now what? You won't feel any type of way. Weapons will be formed against you, but they will not prosper. And I learned exactly what that scripture meant this year. You understand what I'm saying? So, just to touch a little bit on it, I'm not gonna be on it too much of it. When you are reaching a different level, when you are coming into yourself, when you are confident, when you identify your power, when you are walking in that light, when the light is shining on you, when you know who you are, and when you are reaching the next level of success and breaking all the shackles that was holding you, meaning the people that were not for you that you were still trying to hold on to, that never been for you, but you still are being hard headed and keeping them attached to your life as to why you're still right here today. When we reach that next level of success, we're going to go through, because why is it okay for him to allow us to obtain that success without understanding what it feels like to go through anything? You cannot have it that way, right? So once we go through this process and we are accepting that, and we got our new group of friends and we got our new mindset, and we are going to, it's going to be weapons that's going to be formed against us the whole time as we excelling, but they won't prosper.
Thanks.
So,
Trust me, I understand all too.
Man, listen,
Well,
let
I
me.
accepted all that. Like I had to accept all that in order to move on. It's just,
And it's the
it
next
got-
level, and it's the next level, and it's the next level,
more
because we
more
got
levels.
purposes
Yep.
on life that we have not
That's the
finished
truth.
yet as to why
That's
we're
the
still
truth.
here.
That's the truth.
You understand what I'm saying? People be
That's the
looking
truth.
at the wrong thing.
That's the
We
truth.
all have a purpose on life.
Yep.
We just got to figure out what that is,
Yep.
and it be in our face. God be telling us. We gotta be uncomfortable. If you're not comfortable, you're not growing.
You gotta get uncomfortable.
If you're not having that friend that's holding you accountable, that's telling you like, yo, you messed up.
Yep.
You don't want nobody
Yep.
around you that's always for look cute style.
Exactly. Yep.
You want somebody around you that's gonna hold you accountable in private. That's gonna let you know you messed up.
Yep.
You were wrong,
That's
because
true.
you gotta grow from that. If you're never uncomfortable, you're never
That's the
growing.
truth.
You're never
That's
growing.
the truth. Yep.
Um, how do you feel the event impact both the lupus community and the public? Bringing awareness to the public.
I like to see the children smile.
Yeah.
You know, I always like to see kids happy and everything. And then, um, not to say that you want people out here needing this type of event, this charity, because you want everybody to be up on their feet, right? But the fact that it's people out here that actually need that, you get what I'm saying? That's the impact that I love to see it make. Also, bringing people together with the network,
Yes.
and just being able to meet new people and just connect with old friends and eat.
Yes, the food was good by Zion's Bistro. Make sure you guys check Nick out. The food was fire. Okay. Thank you so much, Nick, for catering for Lupus Has
Yes,
No Face Christmas charity
because
event.
them was the best grits I ever tasted.
We're gonna definitely have you back in 2025. And just to touch a little bit on networking, Wisconsin, Milwaukee is not known for that. But it's some beautiful people out here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that will love on you, that will take you
Yes,
underneath their wing, that will show you the ropes,
that's
that
true.
will it's those groups here. You know what I'm saying? We are here to
That's
love on
true.
you. So everything is not negative. So when we got the highlight going on, we really need to highlight that. And I love my team again. Shout out to TG. Shout out to Kenda. Shout out to Ruthia, Nicole, the whole panel podcast. Shut Up and Hustle, Quitting, Sir, TDR Network, Tone Luckett in the building. Shout out to Comedy, Tez, Drew Love, B Jones. Um, you're gonna see a lot with Comedy Tez, B Jones, and Drew Love and DJ Boogie. They our part of Lupus Has No Face. So you're gonna see them all the time. Anyone that I forgot, I hope I haven't forgot anybody. Tone, did I forget anybody? I don't want to forget anybody. That's why I like shouting out people.
Right.
Okay. Kenyatta, Shout out to Kenya. Yeah, okay. So shout out to all you guys. There's no event without you guys. There's no I in team. You definitely need a team to grow. And I have
That's
my
the truth.
team that loved on me to the fullest. And I appreciate you guys. So thank you for that. What message do you hope attendees to take away from the event? So what did you hope for people to take away from attending an event like this?
I was tell you the truth. I didn't know what kind of like the
Yeah,
awareness events be about, and
Mhm.
most of the events that bring awareness mostly have those survivors or warriors there.
Mhm.
So I had expected more of people that was affected by the disease to be there.
Mhm.
So I guess I thought that more informational resources would be
In the building.
dished out. Yeah, stuff like that. So, that's probably what I expected a little bit more of,
Mhm.
that it would be more of people there
For that had
that
lupus.
had it,
That had lupus.
So yeah,
Okay, so
so
let
that's
me.
that's probably what I expected.
No,
Kind
that's
of,
okay.
but when I saw, like you said, it was a toy drive. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so when it was the toy drive and it had something to do with the youth, that
Mhm.
kind of struck me because I have a nonprofit now,
Mhm.
for the youth.
Mhm.
And so I was like, okay, so maybe children with lupus gonna be there. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know what it was gonna be. I just wanted to be a part of it. So I didn't expect to do nothing but help, right?
Mhm.
And so that's all I expected to take from it. That's it.
Uh-huh.
You know.
So just to educate the people, because there may be some other like-minded people that you think of. So Lupus Has No Face is a nonprofit organization. It's a 501c3, right? So everything we do is about lupus and bringing awareness.
Right.
So the community givebacks that we do, is to educate those that has no idea what lupus is,
Right.
right? So you can go tell a friend, you can go tell a friend. You understand what I'm saying? Or you can come learn to go help a friend. So it's also attracting those people that had no knowledge about what lupus is. So we want to get those people together too, so we can all be united as one, so we can all help each
Right.
other. So when we do have those lupus walks or those lupus information, those where our warriors will be in the building, you will see more of. We will have outside people that don't have lupus, but I guarantee you 1 out of 5 people will know somebody with lupus or care somebody or heard it, and it will fill that room up even more. So it's bringing awareness to the community, letting them know what lupus is all about, what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm still a warrior, even though I ain't accepted.
You accepted it already.
No.
So you hear her? Well,
Yep, I pulled up. That's what I
exactly.
told you in the beginning. That's why I'm here for today. Miss Savannah's finna help me.
Yeah,
She,
we gonna
to
help
bring it
you.
more, into awareness even for myself.
We gonna
You
love on
know.
you. We definitely gonna love on you. Can you share some some memorable moments from the event that stood out to you?
Um, yeah. What's that young man? P. JP, the young man, the young guy. He was 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. He,
Oh, wait. Oh,
uh,
Cabela. I
Jay.
forgot you,
I'm so
Cabela.
sorry, young man. I'm
I
so
don't
sorry,
wanna
young
not
man.
say people name because they're gonna be on me.
He was there with his mom,
Yes, Cabela and Jay. His name is
JCP,
what? Tone. It's not even on here. Oh, JP3.
JP3,
JP3.
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 When that you said what stood out
Mhm.
to me,
Mhm.
I like that stood out to me. That young man, because when he came in there, um, I understand that he had did it at the Apollo, but
Uh-huh.
when he came into the event, he didn't want to do it. He
Mhm.
felt a little discouraged. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so he was adamant really about not doing it. And so his dad told him, well, I mean, you ain't, like any father would, you ain't got to do it if you don't want to, because I don't want you to feel embarrassed, discouraged, or
Exactly.
nothing. But he went on downstairs, and his mom and I, we was talking to him and everything. His mom coached him through, the the nervousness process and everything. And he got out there and he did it. And that's what stood out to me. Now, him not wanting to do it, no, everybody didn't see, just the people that was there, in the event. I want to tell the world this because uh we all come into those type of moments where we get nervous about something, you know, and we don't want to do it. But the discipline that he had behind understanding this is something that he wants to do, he went ahead on and did it anyway, even though he and killed it. And so that's what stood out to me.
When you say it like that, it
And
reminds me when I were at a.
oh, oh, there was another one.
Oh, go
The
ahead.
last one, um, the young lady with the basketball. I played ball, and we
Uh,
was hooping and everything. To send her home, feeling like I can do this. I can be who I want to be. This and this and that. So anytime I get a chance to influence a child, that's always gonna be the highlight of the moment. You get what I'm saying? For
mm.
me, anywhere, because that's what I came for.
That was dope. It just reminded me back when I was like younger. Sometimes like an early adult when I do not want to go to these appointments. I'm sick of this. I don't want to go, and I knew I had to. And then when I did, I felt great. So that's how it correlated with me with the JP3 didn't want to do it, but he did it. So shout out to Cabela and JP3. You guys definitely put on a show. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Um what how can individuals support the cause or get involved with similar events in the future? So not for my expertise, what would you say for somebody like you that never been to a lupus event or anything like that? First question is, did you go home and like start searching other lupus events to see like what's the next thing going, or did you ask any more questions, or did you just let that moment just you still high off that moment?
Talking about from
The lupus Christmas charity event.
actually, I had an interview the next day with
Mhm.
Nicole, right? Because Nicole
Okay.
was there, and end up going to the interview, and somebody in her building have lupus, and I saw a sign, and she said, "Oh, they do an event here, and we gonna do this. They do it every year, and da da da." And so I said, "I want to be a part of that." So it's like I want him, whatever, you know what I'm saying, to bring awareness, like you said.
Yeah.
I guess it's bringing awareness, not accept, but it's
It
both,
is
right?
bringing
I
awareness.
guess you got to accept it to bring
Because the
awareness.
warriors already know,
I
but
don't
sometimes
get
they
it,
don't know.
but
You got to educate them too. So,
right. So
yep.
yeah, so I don't feel dissed or whatever when I don't accept it, but I do want to now help bring awareness to it.
And you
Because
will.
you know why?
Why?
Because it's not mine, and so I don't have to keep it to myself. It's not mine. You get what I'm trying to say?
No,
It's not mine.
I know what you putting
So
down.
and and it can go back to where it came from. So if I
Hmm.
can tell somebody else the like signs, symptoms, or something,
That was leading to my next
just
question. Yeah.
before it can get more severe, just before it can grow
Mm.
into more of, you get what I'm
Do more damage
effects,
to
or
the
do more damage to
urges,
hurt.
the
I can
organs
I
or the
can now tell
skin.
somebody, I remember when I was in college and I failed, blah blah blah. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Where I don't have to be, so to speak, feeling defeated.
Exactly.
You get what I'm trying to say
Exactly.
by it.
Exactly. No, I understand that. How can we continue to advocate for lupus awareness and support in our communities? What's some of your ideas that you have? What do you think off the top of your head? It's easy for me to
I'm
answer, but
always gonna say give back.
you're right.
I'm just
Mhm.
always gonna say different events. Like now I want to do me an event. Like no, for real, I want to do me an event. I love fashion, I love beauty, I love styling. So maybe a makeover event,
So would that make a what would that makeover event like? Would that makeover event look like someone that has scar tissue and you want to make them feel beautiful? Is it
yeah, like making them feel
okay?
beautiful, making them look so they can, feel beautiful about themselves, like doing their hair and makeup and stuff. Different women's that battle with it. You know what I'm trying to say? That some women feel, defeated. You get what I'm trying to say? Some women
Yes.
feel like less than, they feel discouraged, they feel ugly, they feel not accepted, unwanted, whatever the case may be. All those things that I was like running from, just to be stay me, but guess what? It ain't about all that. It's about making sure that you can help somebody not feel like that. So if I can make somebody else with everything else that I got inside of me, all my gifts that God said my gifts gonna make room for me. Making room for me is making room for making somebody else feel good. So if I can get an event going where we making over, that'll be dope. Um, I talked to the young lady in the building. She said she had it when she was 11. It's other little kids out here like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Bringing awareness to those little kids, teaching them early what to do. I do youth events, to raise awareness just for kids that have it. Different stuff like that. I mean, it's a number of things
That's good. I see you got your
that you
mind
can
going,
do.
so we're gonna get
Cause
you together.
oh yeah,
We're gonna
oh
get you
yeah,
together.
oh yeah.
Last but not least, in what ways would you like to see the Lupus Has No Face initiative involved in the upcoming years? So, what would you like to see from us?
I don't just consistency. Just keep going, girl. Keep going, keep networking with people. Keep adding on. Keep expanding. Maybe one day we gonna be doing our lupus event in the convention center at the Pfizer Forum.
And I ain't far from it.
You get what I'm saying?
That ain't far from it.
So I mean, just keep going. You know.
So, to just switch the spectrums a little bit, you are a hairstylist, correct?
Yes. The two
Tell us about some of your
sides.
products.
Um. Well, yeah. Okay, my products. I have a line out entitled Total Image. I have some shampoo, conditioner, and a reconstructive conditioner.
Where do the reconstruction conditioner come from, and why did you make that?
Um, Brittle hair and stuff like that. My hair was like falling out,
So,
of
from your own
course, from my
experience,
own experiences and stuff.
from
And
lupus.
yep, from
Okay.
lupus and stuff. So what I wanted to do is uh create something, I guess, natural, with all types of different natural stuff in it that
Create
help.
something that is natural because you
Yeah,
did it already.
right.
So, you ain't no guessing.
Exactly.
Ain't no
To
guessing.
promote hair growth.
Uh huh.
You get what I'm saying? So that's really what inspired the idea of it, is to make sure that I can have something to to help, far as
So, does it help?
it do to me. I'm talking about everybody that I use it on, it make their hair softer. They like, say for instance, I do a lot of treatments.
Uh huh. What type
And
of treatments do you do?
the deep conditioning treatments.
Uh huh.
I don't do the protein treatments no more, but um the hot oil treatments, the deep conditioning treatments, because I got oil too, and I also have the conditioner, and it helps out with a brittle hair and a dry hair and stuff like that, even with the scalp.
So, how many times do they have to use this in order to not have beautiful hair
I would say
and falling out? Y'all know I
I
can't be
would say
saying
deep
certain
condition.
words.
Well, if you can, I would say you're supposed to be able to deep condition your hair once a week if natural or something like that. Some
Mhm.
people play in their hair every other day when they natural or whatever, but I would say once a week to a good deep condition in your hair.
What would you say for our lupus warriors that has this white lupus that's going through hair loss? Is there anything that they can like protective hairstyles, something that they can do from keeping it shedding? Like what do you think?
Yeah, that all depends too on the person,
It
severity of the
does.
disease too,
Each
because
individual.
I have a cousin that has it as
Mhm.
well, and nothing helps her. She has to have medication, so for her hair, and
Mhm.
she has to see a dermatologist. I also have different spots that's never growing back in my hair, and I have to see a
Let me tell
dermatologist.
you something about that, right? Just a quick story. I had a biopsy done
Yep.
in my scalp, right? And the biopsy showed that my hair would never grow back. You hear what I'm saying? Never. But Dr. Ashley Diedrich, she gave me some solution anyways. And when I tell you my hair all came back within, it started growing back within 3 weeks. She was surprised. I'm a success story. I'm on her platform, but that's who I work with. That's my dermatologist. She take care of my hair and my skin. And when I tell you that all odds was against me, I call her Hollywood doctor. She definitely made her magic happen, and I have a hair full of hair. It's not as long as it was, but it's definitely shoulder length right now. And if you go on my website, www.lupushasnoface.com, you will see all of my hair fell out. And it was like a smooth as a baby's bottom. And it all grew back. So that's who I refer everybody to, because I have experience with her. And that's the scar tissue and everything that I had no longer. But it was consistent. You got to use the medication. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I was very consistent. When I tell you, I can walk around here with no makeup with some beautiful skin. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I advocate for people that is going through what I went through. And because, I'm a success story out of
I
it.
would definitely want to get more into it, just as far as the that on the
Mhm.
hair end,
Yes.
so I can be more aware of like the teachings when
And
it
it
comes
grew
to
back
that
so
with the hair.
strong. Like I have natural curly hair, but it grew back so strong and a little bit thicker than what my hair normally is. But when I tell you, like, it just gave me my identity back, because you can be whoever you are.
Yep.
But for me, when I lost my hair, my identity was taken away from me, and I went through a really tough time. So that's kind of like how I got into wigs and everything like that. And don't get it twisted, I'll slap on a wig today. I love wigs, but just that's my story. So Dr. Ashley Diedrich is somebody that I see on a regular.
Yeah, I
So
actually have dreads under here, and the sores actually push the dreads out to where
mm,
it be hanging on the strand.
so you're cute follicles.
Man, listen, exactly. And so just recently I could have dreads on my
You ain't wrong.
hair.
You got frustrated.
So for New Year I will be bald headed,
It's okay.
because yeah, the sores, they done pushed on through, right? And so I'll be cutting my dreads off
Hmm.
and letting the hair that is growing on the outside of the sores grown back out or whatever.
Hmm.
And I mean, if it don't work out for me again, because
I want you to. I gave you her information. I want
but
you to touch bases with her. And next time I bring you on, I want you to talk about it. But I want you to touch bases with her, because I promise you, she gonna get you together. I promise
yeah,
she gonna get
that's
you
why I
together
just want to cut it off, and then
and start
I
over.
do and start over. And because when I talk to her and she get me back together,
She gonna get you
oh,
back together.
I know it's gonna be a relief,
She gonna
because I
get you back
think that's
together.
like the worstest thing with the lupus is the sores. Oh, it's
It could
just
be worse
it could. I
internally.
know it could. Oh, trust me, my stomach, my heart. Heart condition, stomach. It really attacks your organs, y'all. I mean, it really do not have a face. It just got a
I
feeling.
love it.
It just got
Lupus
a
has
feeling.
no
I'm telling
face.
you. So it's like but that portion of things,
Hmm.
I'd be like, oh my goodness, on my back, in my ear. I'm talking about, what in the world? Where you coming from?
She gonna get you together,
My
because
fingertips,
what it's
all
doing
in my
is
nails.
is viewing inside out.
Yep,
Is
yep.
baking from the inside
Inside out.
out. So
Yep.
by the time it's on the surface, it's already been baking for like months.
Months. Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yep.
she gonna get you together. So before we go, where can they find you at? What's your tags? What you got coming up? And where can they find this lovely hair product at?
Well, you guys, I am Laque Hairstyles on Facebook. I'm Laque Styles on IG. Um, Wild Child on TikTok. That's where you can find me at. I love to give out my telephone number. It's 414-213-6159. And let me tell you why I love to get out that telephone number, because it's strictly for business. So don't use it if you ain't about that.
Hello.
I am a traveling hairstylist. So if you want your hair done, if your hair is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to me. But if you can't get to me, because I am in my house,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my residence now, because I travel to do hair now. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
contracted with different nursing homes.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, oh, my goodness, I love it, girl. So I do work privately. So I will come to you and you can't come to me. But I will screen you if you coming to me. I will screen the mess out you if you coming to me. Yeah, because I have a business home and I don't want everybody there per
Right.
se.
Right.
And I'm not ready to go back into the salon per se. because I
Got you.
love what I do. Um, my new endeavors that I have going on. We won't talk about that this rip right here, but I'm not ready to go back into a salon setting just yet. And so you guys can still reach me to get catch those slaves y'all just saw.
All right, then we are some dope slaves. Those tags will be in the chat, you guys. Those tags will be in the chat. So before we close out, I just want to say to you, it's amazing to meet you, and I'm happy in the inside because we always get the exclusive, and you finally accepted what you had on here, and that makes me so happy because I know it's going to be great things coming from you from now, right? So I can't wait to see what 2025 had with you, and I do look forward in the future to collaborate with you and helping you on some things that you got your vision for me and my team. um so thank you for that. We cannot leave this last episode without saying happy birthday to the boss man over there.
Yeah, Woody,
TDR Network in the building, the largest in the Midwest. It's his birthday today. You know, he gonna drop his cash app down there. Don't be a stranger. Buy him a meal, some coffee, or whatever it is. What's your cash app, Tom? TDRPOD1. Okay. Catch us tomorrow live at where we at, Tom? Wall Street Stock Bar at 7 o'clock. It's gonna be a vibe. Come down, come celebrate, come show some love. We will be in the building again. This is Lupus Has No Face, last episode for this year. Stay tuned for 2025. We got something in that's viewing for you guys. 2025 is gonna be a whole different mixture. But if you know, you know. So we are live every Wednesday at 6:30 ish. TDR Network, Lupus Has No Face podcast. Catch me on all platforms. Until next time.